pleased to bring in senior advisor for former President Donald Trump. Jason Miller joins us right now. Jason, good to have you with us.
Bianca, good to be with you.
I understand you are still in Atlanta. A lot of talk, Jason, about what we saw last night. We just saw a little bit Donald Trump on the stage last night. Some say, was very reserved in a way. He said, we just heard him say, I don't think he knew what he was saying. And that was kind of a kind way to put what everyone was seeing for the very first time. Undecided voters seeing last night, do you think they will still believe some of the left media saying this is just a one-off? Everyone has a bad debate. He has a cold. Or do you think it is fatal, game over for Joe Biden's reelection campaign today?
Well, Bianca, we obviously feel very good about how the debate went last night. And I think that President Trump delivered the single greatest debate performance in history. Absolutely the best. The way that he was locked in and focused last night, he could have beaten Lincoln and Douglas at the same time, not even close. The reason why this matters is because today millions of Americans are waking up and they've had hope restored. A lot of people had given up hope that the economy would never get better. We could never secure the border, that the poverty and destruction and the crime waves and everything happening would never get fixed. But President Trump has brought back hope. That means a lot for our country. There's a very serious point, though, I do want to raise, and that's with what we saw from Joe Biden last night and all the chatter that's going on this morning. The fact of the matter is the entire National Democrat Party, the entire mainstream media is complicit in what we've seen Joe Biden do over the past 4 years. The destruction that he has brought about, the wars that have been brought about in other countries, what he's done to our southern border. These Democrats and these members of the mainstream media, but I repeat myself, were all in on it. They sat back and they watched for 4 years. But now it's a new sheriff is going to be in town because President Trump is going to win. And that's the only way that we beat this corrupt system.
Yeah, you're right. The media has been running cover, including last night. There was, these muted microphones. Even that couldn't save Joe Biden ultimately last night. Some of the headlines today, even the New York Times called it a fumbling performance. Jason, they're calling for Biden to step aside, disastrous debate. We're even hearing today that, some of the big donors are pulling out of the fundraiser tonight Joe Biden has in Manhattan with Elton John. So here you have it. There's the donor class, as we know. Will they abandon Joe Biden? And then there's the people, as you say, and people do need hope. But will they try to swap him out? Here's a little bit of David Axelrod and post-debate analysis here. I want to play this.
I just want to say one thing, especially to you two guys. If, for whatever reason, there's a change at the top of the ticket, you guys are in trouble with Donald Trump because the guy who was up there tonight is not a guy who's going to inspire people.
So some say there's no way that they can swap him out. Do you think ultimately he is the candidate, Jason, against Donald Trump? Or do we see something before the convention in August?
Yeah, Joe Biden is going to be the Democrat nominee on the ballot against President Trump in the fall. Structurally, it's just impossible for them to do. And the other thing, too, is even putting aside just technically, there's just no way to go about doing it so late with ballot access and the legal maneuvers that would have to happen. It's too late in the game. But here's the thing. Joe Biden is so stubborn, and he thinks that God put him on this earth to do one thing, and that's to attempt to defeat President Trump, that he would never step aside. And I'm going to go back to some of those headlines that you're showing a moment ago, because the level of TDS, Trump derangement syndrome, that members of the left and the media, the degree to which they have it right now, they would rather throw Joe under the bus and say that he's finished than give President Trump credit for as well as he did last night. Nobody in my entire lifetime or any lifetime has seen someone up there that locked in, laying out exactly what they're going to do on the economy, the border, putting our adversaries, our global adversaries, in check. It was such a dominant performance that it just shows how triggered these Democrats are.